guys. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Blast.
Yes, sir. Nerd Blast.
Star Wars edition.
We're here to talk about that new movie that just dropped.
That everybody's
Thursday
been
night,
anticipating.
Everybody was
this year.
Yeah, yes. Following The Force Awakens, and you know, I was watching last night with some of my friends, and when it was what?
Before we continue,
what?
Just want to make sure you guys know there is going to be some spoilers.
There is going to be spoilers. In this episode.
Most definitely.
If you haven't seen this movie,
wait.
Watch the movie.
Go watch the movie, then come back to
watch our video.
Yes.
And then watch the video.
Yeah,
it'll be up on Facebook.
It'll be up on
and
Facebook.
we'll have it up on YouTube too.
And YouTube as well. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So you can watch it then.
Yeah. But after I left the movie, my friend asked me. He said what I thought about it, and I was like, I said it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and he made a point. He was like, just pretty good. Like we used to watching Star Wars movies and being like blown away, like it being amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me just to say it's pretty good, he was like, I'm not gonna accept that. It's unacceptable. Like I want it to be amazing. I want it to be, and there was a lot of parts in this movie that was just like really watered down. I guess. Yeah. Like I think like the writers are just selling it to new generation people. Yeah. They're selling it to the millennials, and millennials are like, they're very sensitive, right? You can't really say anything to them or they're gonna like lash out, and everything's it's not cutthroat like the other ones were. Yeah. The originals were cutthroat. People like Darth Maul, people like Count Dooku, people like Palpatine. Like these are cutthroat villains, and like the villains in this one were like very watered down, and like the story was a little watered down. That's why I kind of think about it.
The last one, I didn't like the villains.
Right. Yeah. The last one, the villains were terrible in the last one too. And I thought he was gonna have his 15 minutes of fame here, and he was gonna be like a real villain. But he had a little moment, right, when he.
Okay, so let's talk about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren definitely has become more of a villain in this one than
the last one. Yeah.
In the last one,
But at the same time, I feel like it still wasn't enough.
No, it's not enough. It's not.
It wasn't enough.
The thing is, we're used to seeing Sith lords.
Yeah,
and now we're
ruthless.
These guys aren't. First of all, they're not
powerful,
Sith. They don't consider
beings.
themselves Sith, which is great because that would just piss me the hell off if they consider themselves Sith and then
because that's not Sith at all. That's not. There's nothing Sith about Kylo Ren.
I hated that. Yeah, like in the last movie, he never did anything to make him look so evil.
Yeah.
Like the most evil thing he did was like torture Poe, right?
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
And then in this one, you have the whole movie him connecting with Rey, trying to get him to come over to his side. Yeah,
they both were trying to get each other to come to each other's side.
Like, she's like, I still feel good in you, and he's like, come with me, and I'll teach you how to. Find your place in the universe.
And they both claim to see each other's future and how everything turns out.
Yeah, and it turns out it was all a play.
That was like another thing my friend Ian said. He was like that they were like touching intergalactically, and they were like having like a little like soft moment over here, and it's so soft. It's like imagine Darth Maul doing that. You know what I'm saying? If his hand was there, Darth Maul would have chopped it off. Would have, you know what I'm saying? Like it was. Yeah. It was really sensitive, and it was really like
The way I see it, because Sith do have sometimes. They do play like nice just to seduce someone. Like look at Palpatine, for example.
Right.
He played the nice guy in order to seduce Anakin eventually. But sure. I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like I don't have a problem with that so much because they started in the beginning where saying Kylo is he's divided. In the start of the movie.
Yeah.
Because
again,
he just killed his
so like a whole movie and half of a movie, he's still crying. He's still divided.
So it's like he just killed
the dark
his dad.
and the light side.
Yeah, and he's like, and then he couldn't kill his mom.
Right, he couldn't. Yeah. Freaking regular soldiers came out of nowhere and blasted her. Yeah. It was like, wow.
Oh, that scene was hilarious to me.
What, the one she was floating and
she was like that.
She was just.
I understand why she has the force.
That's a long distance though.
She's fucking Vader's
That's gonna be a meme
daughter.
One day.
Yeah.
But the way that shit looked was hilarious. Just
Yo, when that happened, my girlfriend started singing the.
For me, I thought of the Titanic theme.
The Titanic theme song.
It's just like floating.
That's the
in
thing that comes to
Celine
mind
Dion,
if you ever see that scene.
That I thought that was
crazy.
hilarious. And like people, I heard some people like, huh? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right, yeah.
Whoa. But in my mind, I'm like, oh wait, I forget. She also has the powers, the force and the powers.
Yeah, that's right.
She's Vader's daughter.
So yeah.
Which that's something that I wanted to see. I wanted to see her eventually, like, at least in the first one, I wanted to see her be more force sensitive. Not exactly a Jedi, but be able to use some force abilities.
Yeah.
But they never. I felt like that was something they ultimately passed up. Yeah. But then that's why it was kind of cool to see that she saved herself with that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though it looked goofy as hell.
But like another thing about that, like you say, it's kind of cool. Like that's another thing about this movie. It wasn't really cool. The only like cool thing about this movie was when they fought those red soldiers in that chamber over there.
Oh yeah.
And that was like 15 minutes of a 3-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of parts in the old ones that were very cool. Like it was really dope how Count Dooku did certain things and how like the fights broke out. Some of the fights were really cool. One of the coolest things is when Obi-Wan fought Anakin. He jumped over the thing and freaking chopped off all his limbs. Like there was a lot of cool things in the movie, and this one wasn't. It's not cool anymore. It's just it's just what it is. It's not cool.
Yeah,
anymore,
like the prequels. Obviously, a lot of people hate them because of how they were bad. Mm-hmm. And obviously, they have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But the prequels still had something that these movies don't. And like that's why I tell everyone the first one didn't feel like a Star Wars movie to me.
Right.
The first one felt like a sci-fi movie to me, created by J.J. Abrams.
Right.
It felt like a J.J. Abrams sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
And it's like like in the first one they changed a lot of stuff that I didn't understand why they changed the sounds of some of the guns.
Yeah. There was
even the music, even though the music was still done by John Williams, who made the music for all the.
I thought this music this time was really on point.
Yeah.
This time around was pretty
this time
good.
it felt more like
felt like a Star Wars movie.
One of the problems I had with the first
movie.
one is like I understand it's its own movie and it has a bunch of new music, but you can't have I don't understand why you can't have one moment where like you put in like old school music.
Right.
The
like
only
I said,
old school,
that's like a fan thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like these people were like real true fans.
The only time they did that was like when like you see the Millennium Falcon, like, oh look, it's a Millennium Falcon, like that's
right.
But in this movie they did something that was completely unexpected that put a huge smile on my face. There's the scene where they're on the planet, on the salt planet. And then the Millennium Falcon arrives, and then they start chasing all the TIE.
Yeah, and they were inside the
And then
the
they
cave.
were inside the cave.
Yeah.
And then the original theme for the TIE Fighter attacks they were playing. And then I was just like, when I heard that, a huge smile came on my face because that's one of the best scenes in the first one when they're being chased by the TIE Fighters and they're they're in the Millennium Falcon and shooting it, and then you hear that theme, that dun 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 dun. It's like amazing. And then they put it in this movie, and I'm like, see, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
I understand, you're gonna make your own soundtrack. It's a brand new movie, that's fine.
At least
but
put
you
some
could
originals.
fit, something from the old one, even if it's like a remix version. Right. You can fit that into a movie just to add the nostalgia.
That's one thing I liked about it too was the scenery. They had like cool sceneries and like visuals, like when. For that cave, for example, like the red cave and then the salt mines, and they were crashing through the crystals and stuff like that. Yeah. And they had a casino. The casino was pretty dope. Yeah. They had like cool scenes where it showed like different worlds and how they looked. It was pretty dope also.
One thing I don't like about the casino, and it's the same problem I had with the last one. Why do they keep ignoring all the old alien races from the other movies? Like they're just adding a whole bunch of new alien races.
Yeah.
But like you go to the casino and you don't see any familiar face.
Yeah, no.
And I'm just like,
none whatsoever.
I mean, I get it. These are rich people supposedly, but you can't tell me there's no rich Rhodian. Like the big alien-looking guys with the big eyes. Like there's none of them, or there's no rich Twi'leks there.
They're probably just trying
there was nothing. Just a bunch of like. And don't get me started on the little alien that like he was grabbing all the
gold stuff. That
shit pissed me off.
He was like inserting gold into the whatever.
Yeah.
But can we talk about this Asian girl real quick? And why was she like? I really was not expecting her to be throughout the whole movie. I thought she was gonna be there for like 10, 15 minutes.
They said that she was gonna be a huge part of the movie from the beginning. But I knew she was gonna be in the whole movie. But
why?
I did not like her
character
at all.
Why?
That shit was so
That
awkward
was so
as hell.
weird.
Yeah, that was awkward.
It was awkward as hell. It was just like, it was a cool screenshot though, because they had the explosion and everything,
Yeah,
and
it's
being
just
whatever.
like,
but I was like,
saved
wait a
your
I
life,
second.
wanted it
dummy.
to be
Nah.
somebody
Yeah.
And then just,
Even though she died, she was.
yeah.
I was like, what the?
In the movie
She
theater,
died?
in the
Like,
movie theater, some
what?
people were laughing because like all of a sudden just like saved your life. What? And I'm just like,
Ugh.
is she dead?
Yeah.
Did she just die?
I didn't see no.
Apparently
you know what I'm
she's
saying?
not
Well,
dead.
She's not dead.
Well,
No,
yeah.
they recovered her.
I don't. I feel like her character could have been played by anyone. I felt like her character didn't even have to exist, to be honest. But I felt like they had to give
Finn something to do.
Finn had a reason to.
Y'all
like,
so mad that Finn stayed the
stay.
same character. He didn't evolve at all.
He was the
Like,
only character that
he was-
stayed like every other
Stayed
character.
the same. He's just doing the same thing,
Yeah.
running around, trying to figure out things and doing things on his own and none of the.
He didn't learn anything in the
They
end.
could have given that man a lightsaber or something, man. They could have given
No,
him
but
a
like,
force or nothing.
but like
could have been
everyone,
Mace Windu's nephew.
everyone learned something in the end.
What?
Everyone.
Oh yeah.
Luke learned something. Ray learned something. Poe has I think the biggest.
I think he
I
had
love
the
Poe.
biggest arc
Poe
in
is-
this one.
Yeah,
He's
he had
a
the
great
biggest.
character.
He had the biggest character
I
development
love,
in this
I love
movie.
this character. Like,
You know, he started from a cocky ace pilot to someone that like
who's the leader of the rebellion? He started leading.
no yeah
At
he like
the end of it.
yeah exactly to
Well,
an
And like,
actual
yeah.
leader.
And Leia was very proud to watch him go.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
lead
Yeah.
the- She was
It's
like,
like-
"What are you looking at me for?
it's
Go
like
follow
the-
this man."
Yeah.
It's
the
cool. I like that.
the chick
Who, Ray?
no the one that took over after Carrie
General.
Oh yeah.
forget
What's
her
his
name.
name? The purple hair girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when she took over. And she seemed like a bitch, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I can't
word.
wait till you die.
Yeah.
But then at the end, it turns out that everything she was. Although I don't understand, I really, really, really don't understand. I get it that for the sake of the story, it's to see Poe, develop from cocky guy to someone that can lead.
Yeah.
I understand that, but at the same time, you mean to tell me, in a situation like this, you're not gonna tell this guy your plan? Because she had a plan, but she
Yeah.
didn't tell him at all.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to get in that anyway because she didn't want to seem like a hero. She didn't want anybody else knowing what she was
but
doing.
wouldn't it be better? Because like she could have prevented the whole let's
People dying.
Yeah, the whole mutiny
Because
that he
if
started.
Cal, exactly.
By
If
telling
they
him
didn't do that, they would have
yeah.
had notice, and they wouldn't have
Like
been.
no one would have
betrayed.
gotten. No one would have gotten hurt. No one would have because.
I like that guy's character, by the way. The guy, the thief. I mean, the cracker. The
Oh,
yeah.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. He was awesome, man.
I did not know Benicio del Toro was in this movie, and then
He
they
was
showed
great.
him. I'm like, I even leaned into him, like, I didn't know he was in this movie.
I like his character. His character's hilarious.
he was cool.
Definitely. So I guess he just died then, right? He's dead now.
No, he got
No,
away.
he got away.
Yeah,
He's probably gonna be
He'll
in
probably
Okay.
be back from
Because
the.
that explosion was pretty.
Next one.
Yo, that explosion was pretty dope when she went into light speed, right through the thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Even
cool.
had that,
That was-
silent moment right there.
Yeah.
I was
That was
like,
awesome.
"Ooh, that's crazy." I like that one. I was
That
was
silent
pretty
moment
dope.
is the only realistic thing about the whole movie. Like
Yeah.
in terms of physics.
Yeah.
But that was really cool because
That
I
was dope.
always thought I'm like, what would happen if you just go like light speed into another
And you hit
ship?
somebody, right?
Yeah, like
by
how would
accident, 'cause,
that
like
work?
you cross paths and then,
Yeah.
And then just
boom, explosion.
You just see it and just
But
like,
yo, that was
crack.
one of the dopest
Yeah.
things. I was like, yo,
yeah,
was
and I was
pretty
just like,
cool.
oh yeah, she definitely dead.
yeah, that's
She's
yeah.
cosmic dust.
She's done.
There's no way she's alive.
Nothing else.
Nope.
But that was a really cool move. I like that a lot. That was dope.
Although I'm pretty sure she could have set that thing to autopilot.
And then jumped out of there somehow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Cause
Nah, you gotta go out. You gotta go out like a G.
Somebody has to
You gotta-
pilot the
nah.
ship, and I'm like,
You gotta go out like a hero. Nah, forget all that.
like I was thinking, I'm like, really, all this technology and they don't have
There's no autopilot, right?
Yeah.
There's no autopilot. Well, she would have been dead. She would have been dead too if she would have left with those guys.
Yeah,
And they would have never got away.
He's another thing.
She's the only reason why they got away.
He's another thing.
Everybody would have been dead.
With General Hux and his army. Like they had like a lot of chances to actually destroy
Her. Yeah, well,
their enemy.
what he said was, "Oh, that's just a distraction." He was so focused on defeating the escape pods that he was like, "Ah, forget that trick. Who cares?"
Yeah, but I'm just saying that they had a lot of chances.
No, so here's my problem with that whole chase scene.
Yeah.
So like they're chasing them and they're just like, just chase them and keep shooting, you know?
Right.
Eventually we'll break through their shields. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, you have other ships inside their big ass ship,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Why don't you send a bunch of other ships, smaller ships, and then make them go light speed, and then cut them off in front of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, so they're like, oh, shit, now we got all these other ships attacking us from the front. And then just take them out. That would have been easy. And I'm just like, I mean, again, I get it. Then there would have been no movie.
There would have been no movie.
But I'm just like,
it's basically,
I don't know. Like, all these people look like incompetent. Like, how am I coming up with this plan? And I'm not a fucking...
You're not no position of power. No position of power whatsoever.
Like,
just
here's
driving queens.
this general guy, and he doesn't know how to...
doesn't know nothing.
Damn you, General Hux. You can't even get it right.
I was just like, there was so many things where I'm just like, I don't understand this plan. Why can't they just do this? And just like, and then they're all getting shot. Yo, they shot like so many times. And destroyed
I'm like,
so many
it's
shit.
funny. I peeped it too because I was like, how many escape pods were there?
Yeah, I'm like,
pretty sure it was just like 5, right? Maybe 4.
It's like,
and they just boom.
Let's say for the benefit of the doubt, there was 20.
Boom. You're like,
and then they destroyed. And then I'm pretty sure if you count how many they destroyed, but there was close to 20. But then when you see them leaving, there's still a shitload of ships that left. And I'm like,
how many ships did escape? And I feel like they replayed the same video. One on the monitor that Ray got to see when what's his name showed it to her, and then the one that we saw, and it was like maybe 5 or 6, and then boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're down to like 2 ships. And I'm like, what the hell? They still shooting? How are they still shooting? How? Like what? How many?
It's like left? Again. Even at that point, it's like you have fighters. Send the fighters out and take them out.
And then take them out one by one.
It's like, instead of just shooting one by one, like you shoot one, and then the fighters took out 2 more. There's 3 down. Shoot another one. Fighters take out 2 more. Like that would have been much. I don't know. These guys are stupid as hell.
But anyway, I think that like the movie did not leave us with any type of hints for the next one. Like everything's out in the air because they killed a lot of people in this movie.
Actually,
and they just you didn't have an idea what's gonna happen next.
Well, no, but here's the thing. I feel like when you saw the end of the movie, you know that it's going to go in a completely different direction than from like how the other movies were.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it has to because like
it's like it's leading into like the next generation.
We have like this. Usually, these second movies they prepare you for the next one.
Yeah.
But I'm not prepared at all for the next one. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well, I'm thinking the next one's going to take place maybe a couple of years into the future. Like how this one took place directly after the last one.
Yeah.
I think this next one's going to take a couple of years in the future.
So it might be a time.
Because remember that last scene when they showed the little kid?
Yeah. And then there's gonna be like another organization.
There's a force sensitive kid. That
he used the force to take the broom.
Yeah.
I peeped that quick.
That's a future Jedi there.
Future Jedi, yeah.
How Rey's gonna become a Jedi, I have no idea because there's no more Jedi to teach her.
She's gonna have to play it by ear.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Well, I have a theory about that because even though all the Jedi texts were destroyed, like in Ahch-To, I noticed that they still had the books in the Millennium Falcon. So it's possible.
There's that, and there's also my theory is also that
Yoda says she don't need none of that.
And Yoda's
Yoda can come. Yeah, he can turn into the spirit and
even
ugly in a movie.
I like because they use the puppet version of Empire. Like
that's why. Yeah, it looked like a puppet. I was like, there's no CGI. Like, what the hell?
He looked like So what they did is they got the original version or like the way he looked in Empire, and they brought it when they brought him here because that's the version that Luke met.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have made sense to use the Clone Wars version. Like the way I see it is the Clone Wars version where he's a CGI.
Right.
He's a little bit younger than right.
I mean, you can show him older. It just looked weird.
Yeah, because he was the puppet.
He was the puppet. Yeah.
So I like that. And then like they even made him like goofy, like like
yeah.
That laugh that he does.
Yeah. I like what he said too. Like he keeps looking for the horizon when what he needs is right in front of his nose.
Mm-hmm.
I love like, how powerful he is though. Like he just raised his
hand. The lightning bolt came through.
Force lightning.
That was crazy.
Yeah, because when you become one with the Force, you become super powerful.
All you did was
lift the finger. Manifest yourself into a physical body. You'd be super powerful as hell.
Yeah,
it's just like you take out the lightsaber, you're about to cut him down, and then you just do this. The lightsaber goes.
I remember that fight he had with Count Dooku, man, in the where was the courtroom? I think it was. Oh my god!
It's like powerful you are, but still much to learn.
Yo, and his lightsaber skills are crazy, yo. I miss all that. Talking about the coolness of the
love
movies,
that.
yo. It was so cool.
Even though those movies
cool,
were
bro.
bad, the fights were amazing.
The fights were amazing. Yeah, my friend David, he was like, "Yo, there's no fights. Where are all the fights?" They had like 2-second fights in this movie.
The only fight that was amazing in this one was the fight with the Red Guards.
Yeah.
The Red Guards, me personally,
the Red Guards were dope. I like those Red Guards.
I miss the Red Guards that had the staff sabers.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
I really like the Red Guards, but like I said, that was like 15 minutes of this movie being cool out of the whole 3 hours.
because
you know what I'm saying?
there was no actual fights.
There was no actual
They
fights.
didn't even do
right.
anything.
Oh, Captain
Phasma!
Yeah,
Oh my god! I thought she was gonna redeem herself.
Redeem herself from the last film.
And no,
Nothing.
That
definitely
bitch
not.
better be dead. They should not bring her back anymore.
Please don't bring her back, please.
No, I don't like her.
I think from that fall, there's no way she'll be back.
Damn. Okay. Still.
Yeah.
Still
No, yeah,
haven't,
she
dead?
sucks.
Yeah, I hate
garbage, bro.
I mean,
that sucks.
but
That,
if you
had
think about it,
potential.
she's still got more
Respect
fight
and
scenes
More fight, yeah.
than
Kylo Ren?
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
And Boba Fett is one of the most beloved characters in Star Wars.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like outside of the movies, he's really badass because if you read some of the shit that he's done,
Yeah.
and he actually survived the Sarlacc pit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't read anything or seen anything outside of the movies, then for you, Boba Fett is just like, oh yeah, that badass guy that died in the third movie, not doing anything.
Of a Rey's revelation of her parents, like being.
I think it's a lie. It's a lie.
I think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie
There's
too.
no way.
I mean,
There's no way.
I think it's a lie, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it is true.
Yeah.
Because,
Well,
Because after Luke, like, there's no other.
yeah, because like, who can they really say?
who
Like,
can they really say that's her parents, right?
like a lot of people are saying that Obi-Wan, but like at the same time, remember, Jedi can't have emotional attachments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Anakin was the only one that did one,
and then he went to
and
the
he
dark
broke.
side.
Yeah, and he broke the
He broke
Jedi
it.
code. The Jedi code.
Maybe Obi-Wan's just that cool though.
I mean, like,
He could just do both.
so the thing is, the way I see it is, Jedi can't have. So like, you can't be emotionally attached with someone. That doesn't mean you can't just sleep around.
Exactly, right?
So I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a kid or two.
Yeah.
And somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there, right?
Rey's whole training thing, like she's really powerful.
When she had that last moment with Kylo Ren, and they were like looking at each other through like the Force, whatever.
Yeah,
and she closed the door.
Yeah.
Like her face, I really couldn't read her. Like I didn't know if she was like showing him, if she was like being sentimental or she was being sensitive towards him or she hated him.
The way I saw it,
very like.
The way I saw it
very
is like, I'm done with you. I tried.
I tried, but like
she tried to
even when
save
she
him.
like closed the door, like it wasn't like enough emphasis to be like, oh fuck you, like
I
it was
guess,
just like.
Yeah.
but
whatever.
I still got it. Where
It's
like,
very,
I
like,
got the
she's done with
message.
him.
Like I
She's
said,
not
this
gonna
movie's
help
very like up in the air. Like nothing's like set in stone or like clear as day like the other ones were. Like
you know what it is? Is these
it's that
movies,
millennial stuff. Man.
These movies concentrate more on like the space battles because the space battles are awesome in these movies.
Oh yeah,
and they've had
most
more,
definitely.
not just space battles, like even in the planetary, and they've had multiple action scenes.
Yeah.
But what you're saying and what I agree with you is I want to see more lightsaber stuff.
Yeah, hell, of course.
And
There was
I
not
do
enough
agree with
lightsaber
you.
stuff.
I do want to see more.
I do
No.
want to see more of that.
I'd love to see something like that.
What did you think of Luke's send off in the movie?
So I thought that was fine, the way he died.
Yeah.
The way he died is fine. I was really, really concerned that they were gonna kill him off. Like that they were gonna, like someone was gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to see that.
I didn't want to see
Because
that
Luke
either.
should not die by someone's hand.
Yeah.
He
Right.
should die by himself.
Right.
Like Yoda did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like who's gonna be the next villain though in the next movie? Since what's the name?
Kylo
It's
Ren.
gonna be Kylo Ren.
Yeah, but it can't just be him by himself.
It's gonna be him
It's
by
gonna be
himself.
him.
No, he sucks at what he does.
I know.
Everybody knows Ray will beat his ass any given time of the day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that's predictable.
But he's gonna-
It can't be just
Well,
him.
okay.
There's no way. There's no way it can be just
So
him.
there's
There's no way.
still the other because in the first one it was hinted off, and in this one too they mentioned it. There's still the Knights of Ren. Remember,
Yeah.
in the first one he said the Knights of Ren, and then in this one when he was
Mm-hmm.
talking about the story of how he became that way, he said he left with a couple of other students.
Yeah, there's other.
Right.
So-
See,
so-
that's what I'm talking about. When you're
It
writing this
might
stuff,
be the Knights of Ren. It might not just be him. It might be the Knights.
Yeah.
if it's just Kylo Ren by himself against Ray and everybody else, he's done for. That's it. He's done. I don't care.
But I
Somebody
feel like-
else has to come up and
Yeah.
help him out because
It's just
there's no way he's doing it by himself. He's garbage. He sucks as a character and a villain.
One thing I don't like about these movies is how they follow the same exact formula as the original. Like, the first one was the same exact story as A New Hope. Yeah. This one was almost exactly the same as Empire.
Empire Strikes Back, right?
You know, Empire,
I actually thought it more like, kind of like Return of the Jedi. For me.
Well, they had a lot of Return of the Jedi elements, like when Snoke is like, look at your friends, you know, reminiscent of when Pop or Aperture was like, look at your friends, they're dying, you know. And then the same thing, like, you know, she took the lightsaber to strike him, but then Kylo defended, or who was it? Kylo.
Kylo.
And then same thing where like Luke was gonna strike him, but then
I really loved how strong he was. Yo, like. Anytime they try to attack him,
he was just like
reversed it. Zoo.
I don't think
lightning strike.
I don't know. I feel like he's not exactly dead though, because how do you kill off a big bad guy? Yeah, Maul was cut in half.
Oh, you're talking about Snoke, right?
That's right.
So it's like I feel like he's not exactly dead,
and we didn't even learn that much about him.
Exactly.
Yo,
it's like,
for real.
How do you have a big ass threat like Snoke and then just kill him off?
Kill him off.
We still don't know what is like why he does the things he does, where he comes from.
Where he comes from, no backstory, no nothing.
You can't just do it. That's like one of the biggest plot holes.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't how are you gonna just bring a guy and then just kill him off like that? Nothing. Like okay.
But even if he does come back, you think he's gonna join up with Kylo Ren? No.
So I think what might happen is he's gonna come back, and then it's gonna be like. You know, he's going to try to take over the First Order again. And then he's going to fight Kylo and Rey.
Yo, and listen, Kylo's going to lose wherever he goes. He's terrible.
Yeah, I did like that they made him a little bit more, dare I say, evil. Yeah. You know, like with General Hux. You know, like one of the
just a little bit.
Like, one of the things that I hated in the first one was how General Hux kept punking him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Don't threaten me. Who do you think you're talking to?
Bro,
and I'm just like, yo, force choke him.
Yeah.
Do something. Yo, you're a fucking Sith. Do something. And then he just walks away. And then he's just like, and then he destroys the computer. And I'm like, I fucking hate you. I remember I was so pissed. I was like, oh, God, this is the worst villain ever. Yeah. And then in this one, they kill off Snoke. And it's like, he's dead. And it's just like, prepare the army, whatever. It's like, who do you think you are to give me orders? And then he finally force choked him. And I'm like, thank you. That's who the fuck he is.
I want him to murder him, man. I want him to kill his ass. Because if you're gonna be a badass to kill your leader, you can kill him too. He's a nobody. Like, you don't even need him. Well, throw him out the window or something. No, man. General what of who? Who put him there? His leader is dead. He's gone. He has no boss.
I see him.
He's officially the boss now.
The reason I wouldn't kill him either is because he knows. Kylo Ren knows that he's not like he needs him to lead his army, because it's like, how are you supposed to? Because especially when like you're going somewhere to like let's say you want to go kill someone off, and then like you leave your army leaders, and then that's why he didn't kill him. Like, he knows that he needs him still, but at least he keeps him like now he's like teaching him
under his leash. Yeah,
it's like. Don't do that, and then he just like slammed against the wall, and the dude's like, yeah, sure, coming right up. Yeah, you know? It's like, show him who's boss. I like that. Finally, he's doing that shit. I still don't like him as I still think he's
hate him as a character.
Fucking.
He had like a little 5 seconds of me liking him, but like when he said let the past die, forget everybody else, come and join me. I was like, finally, make some freaking decisions around here, you punk. But
I still think John
even after that,
is a better villain than he is. I don't like him. Oh yeah, like the reason I was comparing this one to Empire, the reason they call Empire Strikes Back the best sequel to any film franchise is because you got the first movie, the good guys win at the end. Mm-hmm. The second movie, it's like your win meant nothing. Mm-hmm. Because the second movie, all the good guys lose. Mm-hmm. Here you have the first scene is the Empire destroying them in Hoth. Mm-hmm. They managed to get away. But at the end of the movie, what happens? They've lost Han. Mm-hmm. Yoda is dead. Mm-hmm. It's like a bleak future for them. Mm-hmm. Like the movie ends and you're like, fuck, man. Mm-hmm. How are they going to beat these guys? And that's like what was one of the best sequels. And in this movie, they kind of try to replicate the formula. Yeah. The Resistance is dead. It's only the handful of people that survived. Yeah. So like now it's like, fuck, man, how are we gonna beat these guys? But this one didn't have as much of an impact as Empire. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one was just like, oh yeah, well, everyone's dead, but you know, at least we still have Ray, and like,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah,
show
yeah.
the sensitive kid, and it's like, okay,
yeah. So
at least
it's like
they're
there's
gonna
hope out
rebuild.
there.
there's still hope.
They're gonna rebuild,
Which is the biggest theme in this whole
Is hope, yeah.
this whole franchise.
Yeah.
Hope.
Yeah.
It's like if you, I'm pretty sure if you count how many times they said the word hope in this movie, it's more than they do than them using the word force. It's like we can spark the hope. Don't give up hope.
It was kind of cool when R2D2 like put a Leia's video.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Oh yeah, the old video.
That was
Help me, Obi-Wan
cool.
Kenobi, you're my only hope. And I was just like, I missed that.
He was like, that's not fair.
Yeah,
That's cheap shot.
that's a cheap shot.
That's not fair.
That's not
R2D2.
fair. I like that. That's kind of cool.
And then finally, at the end, the Force illusion, which me
Force
personally,
illusion.
as a Star Wars fan, I love that they
That was
finally
kinda cool.
put it in a movie. That's a
Yeah.
Force ability that that a lot of people don't know exists. Like a lot of people, like I was reading, you know, people talking about that articles, and they're like, oh, this is what's his name. Just doing whatever he wants with the Force, like adding these new rules, and I'm like,
That's not no rules.
no, that's
yeah.
not. It's like, yo, what the fuck? This existed before, and like the whole, you know, making the spirits stronger, and like they're able to like do this stuff, and like apparently now there's new rules to the Force. So I'm like, bro, read a book before you make a goddamn review. Like, oh my god. Like, no, yes, this has existed before, and yes, this is canon. They have done this in the Clone Wars before. They've done it in way before, and they've also done it in like, although that's not canon, in like the books that take place like after the movies.
Yeah.
But the reason Jedi don't use it, it's more of a because it's a trick, you know.
Yeah.
It's more of a Sith thing to do. They do it more often than the Jedi.
Than the Jedi do.
They'll create like a doppelganger of themselves or like an illusion of themselves somewhere else. But Jedi have used it, and I'm glad that he used it too. And it makes sense why he died. He used the last bit of his strength.
Yeah, and he's an old man. You know what I'm saying?
And this is a really powerful. Force ability that takes out a lot of energy to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm fine with the way they send him off. That afterwards, you know, he died and he died peacefully.
Yeah.
That's the right way to go.
What do you rate the movie?
I think this one I would give it
I'm giving it a 7.5.
Yeah, I would give it like a 7.5 too.
7.5, 8.
I think it's.
I would give it like
if you
either a 7.5
you
or
know,
an 8.
I feel like only like real hardcore Star Wars fans like really not gonna like it. But if you just a guy watching the movie, it's good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly gonna divide fans.
You know, if you're not for these new generation people who don't know the original stuff about Star Wars and stuff like that, and they're watching it for the first time, they're gonna like it. It's gonna be good. They're gonna make money off of this movie, no problem.
Yeah.
But you know, old heads like us, you know,
most of the people that watch these movies aren't huge.
Fans of Star Wars.
Yeah, like they're not like they know Star Wars. Like they probably have watched the originals, but that's it.
But they didn't go through the motions like.
No, they probably went through the motions, but like they're just like, you know, they're casual Star Wars fans. Some people are just like, yeah, I've seen a couple of them. I want to see this one.
But people who like read the books,
or some people only seen the last one, the first one that came out.
Yeah,
and so for most people, this movie's probably gonna be like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's definite.
For me personally, I have a lot of problems with it, and I give it I'm giving it a 7.5. I probably would have given it lower, but just because, again, like I like that they made Kylo Ren a little bit more of a bad guy, even though he still sucks. The fight scenes, even though like the lightsaber fight scenes that they had weren't in much, but the ones that they did have were great. That scene with the Red Guards were amazing. The space battle scenes, they were all pretty good.
They were.
You know, the humor, some of it was like
there was a lot of
over the
awkward
top
moments. It was like,
but it's Disney.
I didn't really like that many jokes. I like maybe 1 or 2 jokes.
The only thing, the thing I completely, utterly despise is the porgs. The only reason, and it's like when they first showed up, the first thing you hear is fucking people over the. It's like only reason they're there is like
it's to sell you on something.
Like
that's marketing.
It's like you see how cute this thing is.
Go buy it.
Don't you want to buy it?
Don't you want to buy it? It's so cute and fluffy.
And I heard someone
give it to your kids.
Like, I heard someone say, "Oh my god, it's so cute! I want one." And I'm like,
"Oh, there you go.
That's $20 right there."
People gotta make that money, man.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I didn't like the little. I mean, I personally don't like it. I hate when they put whether it's liberal or conservative agendas in movies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the whole
Wookiee not eating it because they were crying.
Because look at all these little guys don't eat meat, is bad.
Become a vegetarian today.
I didn't like that. Like there's so much shit that they have to.
Yeah, that is not covered yet.
Yeah, that they have to answer.
Like I said, we're not set up for the next one. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
And
I have no clue.
the next movie's probably definitely gonna be 3 hours or more.
Oh yeah, or more.
Because longer.
Man, they got a
This
lot
movie
of
was
explaining
long
to do,
already.
yo.
This was like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I have no idea.
We'll see, man. The next one's either gonna be a bust or it's.
I mean, it's 2 years
gonna
away.
be all right.
Yeah.
So
it's J.J. Abrams.
yeah, we'll see.
But we'll see. Oh, the scene though, this is one thing I do want to add. The scene when they were fighting the walkers was exactly the same as fucking Empire, where they get in the trenches and they're like getting ready.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, didn't you learn in the last one that doesn't do anything? Like, what are you gonna do?
You know who made a cameo in
then-
that scene?
Oh,
The director of Rogue One, Gareth Edwards.
oh, he was in there.
Yeah, he was in
Oh
there.
shoot, I didn't know that.
It was because
Wait, he's the one that tasted the salt, or no?
No, he was the one next to him.
He was
Oh,
the one next to the
guy?
guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
So he tasted the salt, and the one next to him was Gareth Edwards.
Oh,
They also brought back. I don't know if you peeped. There was an old guy. So like when they were all in the trench, there was an old guy that was like looking. That guy was in the original in the Empire, but I don't think he was in the trenches. He was one of the guys that was in the control room with Leia.
Oh, okay.
But this time he was outside like with the thing, and I'm just like,
I
oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
That was the only one fucking catching things. Everyone around was just like, old guy? Okay. There's a couple Easter eggs. I don't know if you...
Yeah, there were a few Easter eggs that I kind of spotted. Like, especially with the dice. That was from Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon. Yeah, a lot of people I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
In the first one, it's like hanging. It's like on the dash.
Yeah, it's like basically hanging in the...
yeah, and that's his dice. Although in the first one, it was literally just regular dice painted gold.
Yeah.
And then this one, they changed the look to look more Star Wars.
More Star Wars.
So when they do an explanation of why Kylo Ren turned into the Kylo Ren, and I think that's what Mark Hamill said he didn't agree with his character. Yeah. Where he's like,
when he's about to attack him,
and then he like realized what he was doing. Mm-hmm. I don't think Luke Skywalker would do that.
Yeah,
because why would a guy that believes heavily that there's good in everyone?
Yeah. But they try to recover themselves by saying it went away in an instant.
Yeah, no, I'm
try
just
to
like
recover themselves with it. I was like, well,
I don't think Luke would.
That's
do
mad
that.
Sith.
No, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Luke wouldn't.
That's crazy. That's
I don't
mad
think he
evil.
would. He would.
I saw how powerful he was. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, no.
What?
No, he felt the darkness in him. And I'm like, yeah, but so Darth Vader, who had already killed people, who was like the worst of the worst, and you gave him the benefit of the doubt, and here's your nephew. You sense the dark in him, but you're not going to give him the benefit. That's not.
That's what I thought too. I was like, I didn't.
And I understand, and I think that's
funny. Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever watch this, but Mark Hamill, I think that's what he had a problem with when he read the script.
Yeah,
because that doesn't.
Because like, and then afterwards, just being completely, shut off from the world. I don't know. I didn't like what they did with Luke Skywalker.
He took a Barash vow, right? Like what they say, like when they exile themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Because that wasn't explained, but that part you'll have to like read in like some of the comics.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, apparently there's a comic that's going to come out maybe like next year. That's probably going to explain a lot more for this movie.
Yeah, probably.
Either way, it's just like, I don't know. I didn't agree with his character. I don't think they should have done that.
Yeah,
because like it's so weird. It just goes completely opposite of what they did in the first 3 movies. Like, here's a guy who believes, he knows that there's good in everyone.
Right.
And then he's going to kill his nephew because he sensed darkness in him? No, I don't think that would happen.
So weird.
I did like when he said, see you around, kid. That was like something that Han Solo would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like a little homage to his buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm sure we'll probably see him in the next one.
Yeah, as a Force
like
Ghost.
manifestation of him.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us.
That's you guys.
Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Did you like the movie? Did you think it was
like? What did you
amazing?
like about it? What did you hate about it?
Or if you hated it, let us know. Remember to follow us here on Facebook and Twitch, as well as Twitter. We're also on Instagram
and YouTube as well.
YouTube.
Yep.
So for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, after you watch the movie, leave us a comment.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right, man. Keep sturdy, stay nerdy.
May the force be with you all.
Yeah, may the force be with you.
This guy's sword.
Later.